right, y'all. Welcome to the weekly voice with your girl, Kendell, Lenice. All right, let's get it. Hey, hey, hey. I put on my glasses today. Hopefully, it's not a glare, but you can't really see the full color of this. So, before I get started, I want you to see how dope this shirt is. Can you see it? Colon cancer awareness. She has bright red lipstick, and so do I, but I think the color with these lights show it a little differently. But of course, I got to represent for Colon Cancer Awareness Month. We are still in the month of March. So, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Welcome to the weekly voice. This is Kendell Lenice. Thank you for coming back. This is the week of March 6th. So, welcome back. I hope your week has been swell. I hope you did something amazing this week. I hope you recognize your blessings and what God has done for you. Nobody knows, but we were in a car accident Monday night, and the car spun around multiple times. But by the grace of God, we're still here. And we landed up on a curb, almost hitting a tree and two other cars. But God, so I definitely have to share that testimony, which a lot of people don't even know that I was in a car accident with my two daughters. Someone hit us, but we're still here and we can get through whatever we need to get through moving forward. All right, it is March still, Women's History Month, Colon Cancer Awareness Month. Make sure you book your colonoscopies today if possible. All right. So what's been going on this week, y'all? A whole lot. So this might be our busiest week yet since I started this show a few weeks back. Let's see. What do we have here? Y'all know I got my notes because I got to figure out what's going on during the week. All right. So we already know that these gas prices are ridiculous. They are gassing us with these gas prices, y'all. In Maryland, where I am, it's like four something. Like the average is maybe like 420, 25, 419. BJ's was 411. So I know BJ's, Costco, and Sam's Club and all of that. I know that they are a little lower, but still over $4. In California, it is almost $8, y'all. $8 for gas. You know, Cree Summer from A Different World and all the voices, she said she spent $100 in gas. Everybody is posting what they've spent on gas. Will this stop people from driving around aimlessly? Maybe. But if they need to get someplace or they need to see somebody, people are getting in their cars and they're going. That's what's really going on. It's not going to stop people from driving, but it is going to slow some people down. And also, some people, because Biden wanted us all to go back to work and not work from home. So that was during quarantine, the gas prices were low because people weren't driving and there wasn't a senseless war. Got money for wars, can't feed the poor. That's what Tupac said. And it still rings true almost 30 years later, over 30 years since he said that. And keep your head up. But these prices are going to stop people or hinder people from even going to work because some people can't go to work. Everybody don't have money like that to be filling up the tank. It's going to be cheaper for some people to sell their cars and take public transportation. But is that going to be safe during these COVID times? Because even though a lot of folks are taking off their masks now, a lot of the cities and the states are implementing free masks where you don't have to wear them anymore. I still wear mine, but you know, it's not the law anymore in a lot of places. Now, some establishments, when you go in, you have to continue to wear your mask, but some places are free willing. So will people start getting on public transportation again if they stop because of the pandemic? Because these gas prices, they're saying that it's heading towards a depression and no one knows when it's going to be over because no one knows when this war is going to be over. What's happening in Ukraine and the Russians, and there, of course, people have been on social media who are in the military, young people crying like I never thought we would go to war. This is just a sad time on the heels of a pandemic, even though it's not in the US. We are still allies in a lot of different ways. So we don't know what's going to happen. And we don't know how long this gas is going to continue to rise. I mean, it's to a point where, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I heard somebody at the gas station yesterday. I got gas yesterday and I got gas today. Why? Because every single day it's going up. So I was like, dang, let me get some more gas while it's still low fours, because who knows, we might wake up tomorrow and it's high fours, high fives, high sixes, sevens, eights, and so on and so on and so on. And then I was like, dang, I wish I would have got gas last week. I mean, it got you really, thinking about it, all for this war. I pray for Ukraine, and I pray for everybody who is experiencing these tough times. Even the WNBA player who is stuck in Russia, being held in Russia, I should say. So it's just really, a hard time happening right now. Let's see, what else do I have on here? And I pray for everybody who is having a rough time. Speaking of a rough time, Jussie Smollett, he got sentenced, y'all. He got sentenced to 100 plus days and 33 years probation. Let me see, because I had it written down. I just want to make sure I'm right, because when I was looking at this, I was like, Jussie. And he made it known that he is not going to commit suicide, and he made it known that he is not going to harm himself in jail. And everybody was making fun of him. I understand why. He said it is because sometimes Black folks end up missing, or they say that they commit suicide in jail, and they really don't. They are murdered and killed. So that's why he's saying that. But people are like, mental illness is real. What he's going through is mental illness. Now, I'm not saying that the boy don't have some type of mental illness, because they're saying that he made up this hoax and this hate crime, and he was lying about it. So because of that, he's spending 150 days in jail and 30 months of felony probation. He's also ordered to pay restitution of more than $120,000 and a $25,000 fine for making false police reports. This happened in January 2019. Y'all remember when it happened. He said that he was a victim of a hate crime. So after the judge announced his sentence, Smollett lowered his face mask and said he was innocent. And, Your Honor, I respect you. I respect the jury, but I did not do this, the actor told the judge. Before turning on the court, I am not suicidal, and anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it myself. And you must all know that. And then he held his hand up like that. I don't know if you saw the footage, and everybody's like, what is wrong with him? Is he crazy? I'm not here to tell you whether somebody has a mental illness or not. That's not my position. That's not my place to say. People are speculating that something is wrong. Why would you make up something like that? You're on a hit show, Empire, and your family has been in this business since the very beginning, since you guys were all little, and you were a talented singer. You probably still are, as talented actor. And why would you do this in the height of your career? You were actively on a show. Why would you do that? So a lot of people are wondering what was going on. Why did he do that? He didn't need the publicity. They're saying he's not on drugs, but fame is a hell of a drug. And for a lot of people, it is. But his family is sticking beside him. Y'all know he has a big family. They're sticking beside him, and they're believing that he's innocent. And the people that he loves believe that he's innocent as well. The Judge James Lynn, spoke for more than 30 minutes before announcing Smollett's sentence, telling the actor that he wrote a script. He picked the actors for the hoax, and this was a premonition. For the act of aggravating factor. This was premeditated, he said, excuse me. There's a side of you that has this arrogance and selfishness and narcissistic behavior that's disgraceful. This is what the judge said to him. You're not a victim of a racial hate crime. You're not a victim of a homophobic hate crime. You're such a, he really was going, she was really going in. He was really going in, pretending to be a victim of a hate crime. And that is shameful. So he read him his rights in more ways than one. And I know Tammy Roman put under, I think on the Shade Room, she was like, I don't want to spend 150 seconds in jail. And neither do I. People like, just go serve your 150 days. But, you know, that's not easy. You know, I pray for him. I'm not here to judge him. You know, I don't think the man should have lied if he lied, but he said he didn't lie. He said that he was not guilty and he was innocent. Judge said he was guilty and he did what he did. Now, on other news, Ryan Coogler, director of Black Panther and, you know, all his amazing movies, young Black guy from the Bay Area, he went into Bank of America and he wanted to withdraw $12,000 of his own money. So guess what? Somebody called the police and said he was trying to rob. They asked for ID. He had that. He had his account number. He had everything he was supposed to have because it was his money. Just like if we go to the bank, he gave the debit, because in Bank of America, you got to put your debit card in and put your code in, and they know that that's your account. He did everything that he was supposed to do. And I had Bank of America for 30 years. He did everything he was supposed to do, but yet the police were called and they detained him and put cuffs on him. Did a Karen call? No, it was a Black woman, and they got it on TMZ. They got the police 911 call, and it was a sister saying that, you know, it's a Black man in here and all that. The stereotypes. Now, she's probably eating popcorn, watching Black Panther and Fruitvale Station and everything else he did, right? And not knowing that he's the one that walked into the bank, because he's a director. So I know what he looks like. A lot of folks know what he looks like, but clearly she didn't know what he looks like. Now, Michael B. Jordan walked in there, she would know what he looked like, right? So she called, so they detained him. So I'm like, okay, what's going on, Bank of America? They said that they fired the girl immediately. And of course, they're not about that and all of that. So, but everybody's always talking about a Karen. But I don't want to say Kanisha, because Karen is a Black name also, but she's the one. So somebody said it be your own sometimes, and she called the police. And it's like, whoa, like you can't go in your bank account. He probably got so much money in that dang bank account that she probably wish she had, and was like, this can't be right. A Black person can't have that. That is so racist and so stereotypical with your own kind. Like, we got money. This was in Atlanta, the Bank of America in Atlanta. We got money. Y'all know in the ATL, Black folk got money and people got money all over the place. Like, that's messed up that he had to experience that. But sadly, that's probably not the first time that he's experienced the police. A lot of young Black males, that's what happens. Hey, Kev. He was awarded jail time. Yes, he was. Delusional. You think he's delusional? Yeah, well, folks think Jesse is delusional. And they're like, well, why would he do that? So with Ryan Coogler, he had no clue. But I bet you what, like the old people say, I tell you what, he better take his money out of Bank of America. Bank of America is probably doing everything they can, because you know when you hold a certain amount of money in the bank, that helps the bank, right? So I'm sure he's taking all his millions out the bank. Hopefully he diversified and has his money in different places. But dang, Bank of America. What can I say? All right, so y'all know who Dapper Dan is. If you don't know who Dapper Dan is, Harlem designer. He designed for everybody's video, LL, Big Daddy Kane. Y'all remember all the leather when he was designing, taking Gucci patterns and different patterns and making, you know, it known in the hip hop world in fashion. Dapper Dan, his autobiography, by the way, is amazing. Y'all got to check that out. It came out a couple years ago. I done read it twice and heard the audio version of the book. But Dapper Dan, he has been doing his thing for so long. He used to do it for hustlers and drug dealers and rappers and all of that. And he's been designing since the 80s. Well, we know of him since then, but he's been doing it since way before then. Saying all that to say, he had the deal with Gucci, turned around years later after Gucci sued him for using some of their he would do was cut up garment bags, right, and put it in the bombered coats. Remember the leather in the 80s and the videos? Check out some 80s videos so you can see what I'm talking about. And I remember they told the cease and desist and told him to stop doing that years ago, to only turn around 30 years later to hire him for Gucci. Now the Gap did the same thing. So Dapper Dan made history with the Gap. Y'all know Gap was falling off back in the day. The Gap used to be the bomb. Everybody loved the Gap. G-A-P, remember the sweatshirts? Well, now what they did is did a spin and had D-A-P for Dapper Dan, and he was the only one in history that the very first designer that they switched up the shirts for him, DAP. Well, those shirts that were $98, they sold out in a matter of seconds. Everybody who was anybody, celebrities and not, like, I got to get that shirt, that sweatshirt. It's a real nice sweatshirt. Go to his IG page if you want to see the sweatshirt, but it sold out in seconds. So hopefully they'll restock, because sometimes a lot of people underestimate the black dollar still, even in 2022. But that's how we do. Y'all already know we consumers, we got to have our own, and a lot of us have our own, but it sold out right away. What else do I have on here? What's trending all over social media is Taye Diggs and April Jones. April Jones, you know, she is an actress, a dancer. Most people know her as Omarion's ex. She had the children with him. And Taye Diggs, y'all already know Taye Diggs. He's on All American right now, but he's been on everything. Y'all know Taye Diggs. Well, he and April, when they first got together and they came on social media, people were like, he's much older. This is odd. This is weird. Like, what? They're together. Now people cannot stop watching their silly videos. Taye is silly. She has this infectious laugh. You know, different skits and what they do on social media. Now everybody is in love with this couple and watching what's happening on social media. Even one video, he bought her 2 outfits from CVS, and it was a little joke. Y'all got to check out both of their pages, April with a Y and Taye Diggs. And he bought her 2 outfits from CVS, and everybody was like, what? They kind of cute. CVS got outfits on hangers? Like, what? And then everybody was wanting, they wanted to see what the outfit looked like, how she was going to hook it up. And she hooked it up with some designer shoes and a designer bag that looked really, really cute. So that's what's trending on social media. Sadly, Nick Cannon and Nick Cannon's talk show and The Real, they have been announced. It has been announced that they're canceling those shows. Now, my daughter always be like, you like Nick Cannon. I do. I like Nick Cannon for a lot of different reasons. And I've watched the show. My mom was like, she even likes that talk show. He's had so many people on it, reminiscent of Arsenio Hall. Remember back in the day when Arsenio had anybody who was anybody in the Black community. And he's had everybody on there from Tretch to Jody Watley to the housewives down to Karen Clark. He's had everybody on that show. I can't even name all the people he's had on that talk show. And he is, hey, Nick, that's what they do. They sing the song. He comes out. He got all his shoes displayed. And he's very vulnerable on that show and honest with his viewers and with his guests, and it seemed like a good time. I would have loved to be in that studio. Everybody still had their mask on, so I'm here for that. I'm going where they need the mask. But it's been reported that he got canceled after 6 months. But y'all already know Nick Cannon got some coins. He got a bag. He got 99,000 businesses. He's not going to be hurting. But isn't it beautiful that you can do all the things that you want to do, that you're afforded to do everything? Like, I want to do a talk show. Okay, if it don't work, I'm hosting this show. I got this show. I created this. I do this. I do that. So he ain't hurting for $1. And now or Husbands of Hollywood is back. He's still on that. So he's not going to be hurting. And sometimes when God says the assignment is over, it's over. So on to the next. And then The Real. A lot of people like, so what? The Real is getting canceled. I haven't watched it since Tamar was on there. And they changed the format for a very long time. They were doing it virtually from home during the pandemic. Then they brought it back to the studio. And it was a different format. Garcelle Bouvet was on there. Jeannie Mai had her baby, so they were switching out different hosts. But that's come to an end. That was a show that was, I believe they got an Emmy and NAACP award. So people were watching it at a time. I remember when Tamar was on there, I was watching it faithfully. And then when she was off of there, I will watch it sometimes, or I would just binge watch clips if I saw them. And then it went to a point was like, I'm not watching it. Because Tamar did add a little something to that show. All right. So you'll be surprised as we come to an end. The playlist song of the week that's been trending all over is I Wish I Had a Time Machine by the artist Money Long, and then Ari Lennox Pressure. That's what's going on the playlist. If you check social media and anything that comes on, 2 songs that kind of stay with you. If you haven't heard them, check them out, see if you like them. And also the book, the read of the week, what I have been reading. Y'all know I read all the time. Autobiographies are my favorite, but I read last 2 weeks ago, I was reading probably 3 books. Y'all know, well, when Will Smith's book came out, I started reading that, then I read it again, then the audio book, and then so many different books. I talked about the Boundaries book last week, but you will be surprised the book I just finished, Gucci Mane's autobiography. It was very good. I know who Gucci Mane is. I ain't that old, but I did not know some of the songs, and I did not know he put so many people on. It was a great autobiography. All right, Gucci Mane. People might be surprised that this 50-year-old is listening and watching, reading Gucci Mane, but it was a very good book. Also, and lastly, the word of the week. So if you're just tuning in to the weekly voice for the very first time, each week I also do the word of the week. So the word of the week is besmirched. BESMIRCHED. Use it in a sentence. First of all, it's to cause harm or damage purity. Jesse's his reputation is besmirched. That is the word for the week. So I hope everyone had an amazing week. No matter what happened in your week, know that you are still here at the end of the week. So if you're still here now, thank God for allowing you to see another week. Everybody doesn't make it through the week, and you did, because why? You're watching. So I thank you so very much for taking this time to join me on the weekly voice, where we unpack the week. So there was a lot to unpack this week. And this weekend, I got something going on, and I'm going to I got something going on Sunday. So I'm going to do a special video for that then, and then I'll tell you more about it on the weekly voice. Also, I am trying to grow my page. I am growing my page, and I'm on the road to 1,000. Now, to 1,000, that might be a little bit for some people. Some people on YouTube have millions of subscribers. Well, I don't. I have 500 and something. I'm trying to get to the road to 1,000. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, y'all, right? I need your help. I need you to hit the subscribe button. I need you to share this video. Tell your friends and family that Kendell and Lenice got some great content over there. Kenny Lynn Productions, KL Media is here for you. My daughter's like, you got so many shows on there. You be working. That's what I do. So I would like people to see it, because I can do this all day. But if nobody sees it or subscribes, then what? Then I'm just doing it, talking to myself. Hopefully I'm talking to you. So of course, 1,000 is the first marker that I want to get to, because if you're a YouTuber, when you get to 1,000, you can go live straight from YouTube. There are a lot of different things you can do. You can monetize certain videos. There are different perks, and more people can see your videos. So help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you. I really, really do. And remember, if you are old enough, book your colonoscopy. But most importantly, be an advocate for your health. If no one told you you were amazing today, I'm telling you right now. If no one told you that you are a victor because your week was victorious and you got through this week unscathed, I'm telling you right now, be blessed. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Until next time, God bless. Peace. This is the Weekly Voice with Kendell and Lenice. Make sure you check out everything on here. I got a little bit of everything. Everything. Let me real quick before we end. I have my talk shows on here where I interview people like Cynthia Bailey and Lily Neeks and entrepreneurs and just amazing people who you may not know that I introduce you to. I also have meditation on here. I also have More Than Just a Movie where Leroy and I break down classic Black films. I have my show reviews and news on here. I have so many different things on here. Check out the playlist. Go through my videos, go to the old ones, the new ones, and tell me what you think. Most of all, subscribe, like, and share. Till next time, God bless y'all. Peace.